All right, we're live. What's happening, everybody? Welcome to this live capital raising show. Hey, if you have questions about how to leverage AI in your capital raising business, if you're watching this as a recording, if you're watching this live, post those here. Post your questions about AI. Tell me how you're using AI today. I'm very, very curious. If you don't know who I am, my name is Ellis Hammond. I'm the Vice President of Capital here at Aspen Funds, where we've raised north of $250 million of equity, all from retail investors, and on a path to raise over $1 billion here in the next few years. And this whole channel, wherever you're watching this, is about how to help other folks in this industry learn what to do and what not to do. We work with a bunch of other fund managers, and so I want to help. I want to help them. I want to help you really grow and streamline your capital raising business, and potentially we can work together. And so today we're diving deep into how to leverage AI, artificial intelligence, in your capital raising business. And I'm just going to go behind the scenes on how I've recently built our own vice president of marketing. Essentially exactly what did I call this thing? This is how to build your own AI powered VP of marketing. So I mean, just imagine if you had a 24/7 virtual VP of marketing, right? They were able to craft investor pitches, write LinkedIn posts, handle outreach, and you don't have to pay a six-figure salary. That's what we're going to be covering in this video. So I'm not in the studio today. I'm actually here in my office. So we're going to go behind the scenes and actually take a look at what we're doing to leverage AI. And so let's go ahead and jump into it. I won't waste any time, and I'll show you. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to show you how to build your own AI bot. And I'm just going to actually show you some real examples of what I've been doing over the last few weeks and how to leverage this. I will say this. I'm still learning this too. We're going to learn this together. But I thought it would be helpful. You can see exactly what we're doing today and get started on this. I think that is the part of AI. I think a lot of this is still in experimental mode, right? There's a new update that comes out every 2 weeks. And so you know, now is the time, like, to get in here and figure out best ways to use this and how do we streamline the things that we're doing. You'd be amazed at the amount of money and time you can save if you do not have, AI, ChatGPT, Grok, something pulled up on your browser while you're working throughout the day. I guarantee you're wasting time and you're losing money. I can guarantee you that, because it makes things, if anything, just more efficient, and it likely can replace several of maybe your lower paying employees, and maybe eventually some of your higher ones too. So let's get in. Okay, so I'm gonna go here. Let me see what the best way is to share this. So let's rock. So this is ChatGPT. So I was already working in it today. This is why you're seeing this. So what you'll need to do to get started, okay, I'm going to just walk you through step by step. In order to create your own very own vice president of marketing for your capital raising business, that's kind of how I'm using it today, is you need to go to ChatGPT. All right. And in order to kind of do the things that we're doing, you need to be able to upgrade your plan. And so the plan for personal costs $20 a month. Okay, so to do this, you got to spend $20 a month. That's the plan that we have that we're using for this. And then you upgrade. So assuming you have the upgrade, here's what you would do. You go to settings, you go to My GPTs, and this is where you're able to create a GPT, customize a version of ChatGPT for a specific purpose. So you can see here, I create content around capital raising, and then I also create content for our firm, Aspen Funds, and our deals, and for investors. And so you can see I have both of these here. And so I want to click into, I named our VP of marketing Daniel. Why? Because I think Daniel in the Bible was one of the smartest men of wisdom, and just I was like, let's name him. One of my favorite characters. So this is really cool. So once you're here, this is like the behind the scenes of the GPT, right? Meaning we're going to go build our own AI agent, our own AI bot who thinks and talks and writes just like the profile I'm going to create, what our ideal avatar is here at Aspen Funds. And so what's really fun is it makes it very, very simple. Like when you get started, and I'll just show you this by creating a new one. So this is a brand new, it knows nothing, right? So it says, hey, I'm here to help you. And all you have to do is start to give it prompts. And so I said, hey, I want to build my own VP of marketing for our investment firm. Okay. And so now it starts to update. And again, the cool thing about this GPT model is the more information you give it, the smarter it becomes, the more it starts to get your voice, right? And so this is why I use it every single day. And so I'll show you, I'm going to go back now to Daniel, our vice president of marketing. I'll show you what we're doing here. So, it automatically did this in the description, and I gave it more prompts. And so here's a couple cool things that I did that I want to show you. And let me see if I can just make this bigger. I'm going to go full screen here. Not that I think that matters. See if I can increase my screen because I want to be able to show you. No, it's not working. It's okay. So one of the things I would tell you to do is that you got to get really clear on what you want this this model to do. So for us, I let them know who we are. You're the vice president of marketing. Your primary role is to help create and refine marketing strategies, develop ongoing content, and build content plans that nurture current high net worth clients. I gave it a tone. I wanted to know, how do I want it to sound? You could be cheeky, right? You could be edgy, depending on what you want. They could have some humor, but for us, I want the tone to always be professional, well-informed, educational, never flashy or gimmicky. And so they don't create fake urgency, scarcity. And then I gave it I said, I want you to reflect the stability and credibility of institutions like Charles Schwab, with our goal being the Charles Schwab of alts, and a leadership voice similar to that of Jamie Dimon, the CEO of JP Morgan. So now it has a particular person in mind of who it should sound like when it's creating content. Okay. And then what were some other cool things that I did? I wanted them to know what our focus was, right? So we have offerings around private credit, industrial development, energy, multifamily, mortgage notes. And so you should continuously monitor and identify trending topics and news relevant to these verticals. So that is something that you can constantly do. And when you're looking to say, hey, provide for me some relevant trending news articles around private credit. We could literally ask that to do right now. Provide me some relevant news related material around private credit I can use for content. Let's just see what it says. So it's searching its knowledge base. So here we go, right? The launch of private credit ETFs. So I can do a video or post some content around that. Blackstone's record-breaking real estate debt fund. Shifting dynamics between private credit firms and traditional banks, right? These are all videos, right? These are all emails that you could select and say, hey, go create. Anyways, I'll show you some cool stuff we're doing here in a minute. But this, think about it. I didn't have to go research anything. I just typed this into a prompt, and now you're automatically getting information about the type of deals you're doing that could be educational material for your investors. And guys, here's the thing I've learned about raising money. And let me just, I'll kind of go back and forth in terms of teaching. Here's the secret of capital raising, right? The best capital raisers, there is, I shouldn't say a secret. This is the strategy. You know how you raise more money? You build more trust. And the more trust you can build at scale, the more money you will raise over time. And so that's why Aspen Funds has raised so much money. We've been in existence for over a decade. Okay. And you can't replace that, all right? You can't replace 10 years of track record. You can't shortcut that. That's what's been built. But in order for us to go from 250 to $1 billion is not just going to be the trust that we've built over the last 10 years. It's how do we now scale that trust? And the best way to scale trust in 2025 is through content and media. Why? Because it's not just talking one-to-one, it's talking one-to-many. And that is the power of social media, of course, right? It's why you probably feel a personal, I can give you many examples, but it's why the world mourned for Kobe Bryant. Why? Because they spent hours and hours and hours and days and days and days and weeks and weeks and weeks of their lives following Kobe Bryant. And so there was a likability, there was a trust, there was a love and affection that was built because they watched him. I've seen this in my own career of having a podcast and a YouTube channel. When we get on the phone with somebody, right? It's they're new to me, but I'm not new to them, right? When I ask them questions, hey, what else do you want to know about us? They're like, oh no, we already know you. We've been listening to you on your podcast, right? And so that is the point of all of this, is how do we grow and scale trust online? And of course, AI is going to be a huge component of that. So then here's what's very, very important. Okay. And this is what we've, what I'm continuing to do over and over. And I'm trying to think, what are more things we can add and give to this agent to make them smarter and more in line with our brand and our messaging, is you can upload files here in the knowledge base that gives it more understanding of what you do. So here are a couple of things that I've done. I uploaded the entire first draft of Bob Frazier's Our Principles book to ChatGPT. Now, this is not out yet. You're not going to see it, but GPT can see it. And this is private, so no one else can access this. So now it has this is like a 250-page draft, right, of the entire alternative investment billionaire playbook of exactly how we view alts, how to build wealth around alts, the strategy of alternative investing, and it can speak and it now has that. It can create content around this book. It can create video scripts around this. I included all of our investor decks. Okay. I've included we do an economic forecast at the beginning of the year, and I had our virtual assistant transcribe or use an app to transcribe the entire video. So this is like a 2-hour video that I transcribed, and I put the whole transcription word for word into our ChatGPT model. So now it understands our thesis of 2025. And let me show you this. What is Aspen's 2025 macroeconomic thesis? Keep it short for a LinkedIn post. And let's just see. Yeah, I mean, you can see here, it's exactly what we're doing. Private credit, energy, industrial development. 2025 is about investing in macro trends, not against them. So this is exactly, now that it has this, it knows what we're focused on. And so I can go create content around this. And so this is really, really cool. So again, this is the way that we're doing it right now. I'm going to give you some examples of how I'm using this today. And so let me give you just a couple different examples. So one thing I've done, and I'm just going to, this is me being vulnerable, but this is how I create content. I go and find what's working. I go and find things I like. And so there was another company, a competitor of ours, who has a private credit fund. I won't tell you exactly who they are today, but I found a video of theirs, and I downloaded it, and I transcribed it, and I put it into ChatGPT, and I said, okay, here's our fund, how it's different. I want to create a new video script for us, and ask me anything you need to know, right? And so it started to, it literally pumped me out a video script that I can now go and record around our private credit fund. And then, I said, hey, I'm looking for something, I had to give it a little bit of prompts. And I said, hey, I want to use this certain quote, make it more conversational. And now I have my own video script based on the script that I liked, I saw and liked. I didn't have to go spend time to go and go recreate this. I just said, hey, here's theirs. Here's what's different in our fund. I want to recreate this. And so for a video for our website, and boom, couple of minutes later, I have my own video script that feels very personal to us about our fund. And now all I got to go do is upload that to our teleprompter, and I can go record this video, right? So something that would have maybe taken a copywriter or a few hours to rewrite, now literally I did in about half an hour. All I got to go do that is send that to our teleprompter. I turn the video on, and now I can go record this. Really, really, really powerful. We just did this yesterday for our fund manager event. I literally, see if I can back up here, show you. Yeah, so this was a script. I'll go to the top here. I needed to write a video script, and I gave it some prompts. I needed to be less than 5 minutes. I told them who's going to be in the video, and I took the copy from our website, which previously ChatGPT or this bot had already written for our website, and then it pumped me out an exact script of what we're going to say on this video. Same thing. We took it to the teleprompter. We recorded this video, and now we have this video. Well, it wasn't that easy. We had to send it to our video editor. That's one thing I have not figured out yet how to do yet. Maybe that's the next step, is how to get AI to help with video editing. But I'm sure the more I learn this, we'll do this. So for the most part right now, I'm using this for content, especially written content. One of the things I have one of my VAs doing right now is I said, hey, I want you to take all of our email copy, which we have a copywriter on staff here. And, we've been writing together. She's been sitting down with myself, with Ben, with Bob, our principals here, to write email copy around all of our funds, around all of our offerings, all of our deal launches for the last 6 months. And so I have my virtual assistant right now taking all of the stuff that we've done, putting that into one file, and we're going to upload that today into this agent. And so now, like, at some level, like, we can replace our copywriter, right? Because this copywriter will know exactly what a deal launch looks like. The copywriter will know exactly our tone of voice, will know exactly kind of how we've written and structured those in the past. And so now I'm going to, I essentially have someone that can write copy for us on a full time. I'll show you on my LinkedIn the other day. This is one of the things that I did, and I'll just show you some of the content that I'm creating around this. Oh, there I am live today. So here is, if you're just starting out and raising money, and you're looking maybe to grow raise your first 1 million, what should you do? How should you leverage this? And I'll tell you, one of the things that I did starting out early on is I used LinkedIn to grow probably my first 100 investors. Definitely my first few million came from this platform. And one of the ways that I did that was I built trust and credibility by leveraging the expertise of other people. And one of the ways you can do that is, of course, podcasting and YouTube, but also like articles, right? And so this is exactly what I was able to do here. I found this article, okay, Alternative Credit Investor. I found the link to this article, and I literally posted this article into the bot that I built and said, I want you to take this article and I want you to write a summary post, highlighting the move to private credit, and make sure you keep in mind the goal of this post is to promote our own private credit fund here at Aspen Funds. And literally in a matter of seconds, it was able to analyze this article, talk about the big things that are happening in this article. JP Morgan Chase just allocated $50 billion in private credit. That's not a small bet. It's a massive shift. And then, hey, comment PDF below to get Aspen Funds one pager and see how you can take advantage of this opportunity. So this is the strategy. It's not just content. It's how do I create content that's interesting, that folks want to learn more about? And again, and then what do I have on the back end to grow my investor base? And so in my example, and this is exactly what I would be doing if I was you, I would be creating lead magnets. Maybe it's a one pager of your fund. That's what this lead magnet is, but you can do so many other cool things. Checklist, right? Questions investors should be asking before they invest in private credit or whatever your real estate deal is. And create content like this, videos like this, or say, hey, if you're interested in learning more, post PDF below. I'll send you the information. You can have an exchange where, hey, if now you know who they are, maybe you get their email address in exchange for your lead magnet, your PDF, your one pager, whatever it is. And so that's exactly what we did here. I did the same thing again. This was another post. Breaking news about JP Morgan. I was creating some content around this. This is our ideal avatar, as you already know. And so this was another one where I posted, and same thing. There's 4 comments already on this one. How many comments were on this? There's 3 comments on this one. So this is a really cool way to to leverage AI for just content purposes. And so I absolutely love what we're doing here on an AI standpoint. Again, we're mainly using it right now for content, but so to kind of break this down, again, the first step, as we showed earlier in this video, you got to set up your own ChatGPT bot. Okay, that's the thing right now. I think OpenAI's GPT builder is the best. Grok, for example, does not have the ability to be able to build your own bot. So right now, this seems like the best one to do. You got to train your AI to think like you. This is going to be something ongoing, and I'll share more tips and strategies on what we're doing. But honestly, whatever you have, like, continue to just to feed it. And then, automate your marketing, social media thought leadership, email sequences. I can't tell you how many emails or how much I use this for emails. You could literally, one of the things I'm doing right now is we have our private credit fund. So we got to figure out continuous ways to share the same thing, but in different ways, or share the same thing to new people and new platforms. And so literally, do you have a weekly or monthly newsletter? Instead of sitting down every single week or every single month, you could literally have this to help you build out themes for your newsletters, for your email sequences. How about for those of you who are working on investor decks or one pagers, right? What should my investor deck look like? What should be the themes of my investor deck? Here's another really good thing to think through is you can use AI to help you understand the core problems of your investor, right? And so use this as like a thinking partner. Here is my ideal avatar, right? My ideal avatar is a qualified investor with at least $5 million of net worth. They're somewhere between 40 and 55 years old. What are their main concerns right now? What are their problems? Right. And this is a great way to help you. And then let's go create a pitch deck around that. How does private credit, for example, help solve that problem? And using this like a think partner is going to be really, really massive. Another thing we're using on our sales team is like, what are the objections you're getting on a day-to-day basis, right? Let's continue to create an ongoing list of those objections, and let's train the AI to counter these common objections. And then we can go back and train our sales team on how to best overcome some of these objections. So there's some other really cool stuff too. Again, I'm just kind of showing the bot here, but if you use HubSpot or use ActiveCampaign or use Go High Level, I know, for example, HubSpot has an AI kind of built into the CRM. So one of the things we're looking into doing is even like leveraging AI for a scoring system inside of our CRM, so that we know when someone responds or someone clicks on a special link, their score builds, and that way our sales team knows who's the most warm leads to follow up with. And so I think this is gonna transform so much. I mean, scoring is kind of hard because it's like, how do I score? But now we have AI inside of our CRM. AI can just build a score for us, and it can identify who are the warm clients or the warm contacts that our team needs to be reaching out to. So I think that's super interesting. I think it's going to be a game changer for us. And what else am I using this? I was actually playing around today here's where I see it, like it not being up to speed yet is, and maybe I just need to figure out like how to connect different apps to it. But from a design standpoint, we still leverage a full-time designer. I just like, I don't see it yet smart enough to, and maybe with enough prompts, I don't know, I'm still testing it, but I've been disappointed with the design element with AI and how to actually kind of get the look and feel of what I'm wanting on things. Like it would be really cool if I could say, here's the type of lead magnet that I want. Here's exactly what I want it to say. Here's kind of the visual image. And, I could create and connect it and build that. Right now, I've not kind of figured out how to streamline that process yet. And so, we're still using a designer for everything. And, so like, I think for that reason, it still feels not quite there yet. But again, I know it's developing rapidly, and that's why I'm testing it and working in this. So anyways, I would love to hear what you're doing with AI. if you're just joining this live, then go back and watch the beginning of this video, and I'll show you exactly how we built our own vice president of marketing here at Aspen Funds. But this is for right now, like, this is my partner. I use this all the time. And again, like, I want to get out of the day-to-day email copy and writing, probably just like you do in your own small business. So, the more that I train this, the more that I can actually bring in another virtual assistant who doesn't have to be an expert in copy, who doesn't have to be an expert in the Aspen story, the Aspen brand. Why? Because we've trained our ChatGPT bot on becoming the expert, right? And so now they can leverage the bot to go create messaging, to go create content that maybe you have the final approval of, but now it's not just you, it's not just your brain, it's not just maybe the principal or the founder. If you're a vice president of capital, or an investor relations person. So the more you train it with the story of your firm, with the messaging of your firm, the better it gets. So anyways, really cool. Was listening to some other people at a conference. I think this is a game changer for, like, let's say building out a summit. One of the ways that we grew another business was just do online summits. And so you literally could go, once you have it trained in your ideal avatar, build me web copy for my summit, build me email copy for my summit, help me create posts for my summit. I think, leveraging AI to go and build and launch your summit, and creating a content calendar of when you need to send these emails, what should you say in these emails, when should I send content, what should that content say, help me create content for my other guests who are going to be here. Again, what you would literally have to go pay a marketer thousands of dollars to do before will cost you $20 a month. Now, it needs training, right? Like, it needs some feedback. It needs some prompts. And so the more time you spend with it, I do think the better that it's going to get. But again, I think this is really powerful. It's really streamlining a lot of what we're doing. So, the better marketer you are, the better this is going to be for you. For me, I'm not just trusting it to just give me the content. Like, I'm at this point, I'm the strategist. Here's kind of what I want, and it's giving me ideas. It's generating content that I then can go kind of refurbish or make a little bit better, and then that's what we go with. But man, I'm telling you, we use this all the time, and you're going to start to see a lot more content from us just because of having this partner and this tool. Hey, real quick, if you're a fund manager or you're a capital raiser and you have raised at least $1 million for other deals, we would love the opportunity, chance to speak with you and potentially even partner with you here at Aspen Funds. I'll show you real quick. We've built a page for fund managers that look like this. Pull this up. All you do is you go here, aspenfunds.us/fund manager. So we actually have a platform for fund of funds, fund managers, where you can partner with us here at Aspen. And we have a diverse set of offerings: oil and gas, private credit, industrial, where you have the ability to actually earn money as a fund manager and provide honestly many times a better offering to your investors that they would get than just coming directly to Aspen, because we provide a discount on our fees, a discount on our splits. And so if that's something you're interested in, you have experience raising money, and you're looking to maybe grow and scale your business with other offerings, and you want to do that with an experienced partner, go to aspenfunds.us/fund manager. Check that out. Okay. And fill out the application, and we can schedule a call and chat. All right. Let me know, wherever you're watching this, in the comments, what you want, like what else do you want to know about AI? Because I'm going to go deep on this. And so I want to create more content around this. How are you using this? I would love to know. Let's learn from each other. I by no means think I'm the AI expert, but we're doing some things already. We're charging ahead. We're going to use it here at Aspen on our path to grow to $1 billion of equity and serve more investors, and do that in a way that is efficient. And maybe we can keep our team smaller because of this. So looking forward to hearing more. Thanks everybody for your time. Chat soon. Peace.